I thought that having the flu would be the hard part, but it wasn't. About 2 months ago, I thought I was getting over the flu. I had no idea it was about to turn into one of the hardest months I've had in years. I genuinely thought I'd be sick for a few days, recover, and get back to my normal life. I couldn't have been more wrong though. I ended up with influenza B, and it hit me harder than I've experienced in a long time. I was having trouble breathing, my chest was tight, and I ended up going to the emergency room multiple times. But instead of getting better, it felt like it was one thing after another started happening. First, it was the dizziness that lasted a month. Then I started getting this constant feeling like there was a lump in my throat. I kept clearing my throat because it felt like something was there, but nothing actually was. Then came regurgitation after eating, the nausea, the mucus, and suddenly something I've never really thought twice about became stressful: eating. I've always been intentional with food. I've always been someone who cooks at home, read nutritional labels, read ingredient lists, and all of that great stuff. I actually enjoy healthy and fresh foods. What shocked me was having to learn that what I considered healthy, like garlic, onions, pepper, citrus, and other ingredients, suddenly became triggers while I was trying to heal. It felt like I had to relearn how to eat all over again. And honestly, that was heartbreaking. I love cooking. It's one of my favorite ways to unwind. It's my love language, to be creative and to take care of myself and other people. So suddenly I am questioning everything. Can I eat this? Will this make it worse? And then there was coffee. If you know me, you know it was never about caffeine. It was about my morning ritual, the smell, making a cup before starting my day. It was a little moment that made me happy. Having to put that aside, even temporarily, was a lot harder than I expected. And I know to some people that may sound dramatic. It's just coffee, right? But for me, it's not just coffee. It was my morning routine. It was slowing down before work. It was sitting by the window. It was one of those small rituals that made an ordinary day feel a little bit special. And once again, at least for me, that's what it was. I think that's what this whole experience has taught me. When your health changes, you don't just lose the things you can't eat or drink. Sometimes you lose pieces of your routine, pieces of your identity, without even realizing it. You start to plan your day around your symptoms instead of around living, and I don't think people talk about that part enough. So eventually I saw an ENT, and after everything I'd been experiencing and tests, they told me it was consistent with LPR, basically reflux affecting my throat instead of just causing heartburn. On one hand, I was relieved to finally have an explanation. On the other hand, I realized healing wasn't going to happen overnight. I'm still trying to figure out what foods work for me. I'm still healing. Some days are better than others. But if this experience has taught me anything, is not to take feeling healthy for granted. The little things like sharing a meal with someone, drinking your favorite coffee, going for a walk without thinking about your body, those things are easy to overlook until they're suddenly taken away. Healing hasn't been linear, but it has been happening. And if you're watching this because you're going through something similar, I just want you to know that you're not alone. I truly believe there will come a day when I make that first cup of coffee again. Not because I need it, but because it'll mean I finally got that little piece of my life back. And when that day comes, I think I'll smile knowing that this chapter is finally behind me.